All right, so maybe you're into all this manifestation stuff, right? And you keep hearing about letting go to kind of make it work.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Letting go,
Like, am I supposed to give up on what I want?
totally get that. And actually, that's exactly what today's deep dive is all about. How letting go isn't about giving up, but more about, I don't know, like inviting good things in.
Okay, so how does that work then? Because the article you shared, it dives right into this.
Well, think about something you really, really wanted, like really bad.
Oh, I've got one. Hold on.
Was it a job? An apartment? That trip you kept planning? Now, how much mental energy went into that?
Dude, all of it.
You stressing?
Yeah.
Worrying? Was it going to happen or not? We all have. And that, my friend, that's the energy we're talking about shifting here, yeah. When we're clinging onto something so tight, it's usually because we're scared underneath it all, right? Like, we won't be enough if we don't get it.
Oh, 100%. And the article even says that fear is what blocks things, like we're building walls instead of pathways.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And that's where this whole letting go thing comes in.
Yeah.
But here it's not about not caring anymore.
All right, not giving up.
Yeah. More like you see that fear and you choose to approach things differently. More trusting, more open, even
Now I say.
abundant.
So less my life is over if I don't get this. More like whatever's meant for me will work out.
Nailed it. It's that shift from lack to abundance, even if you don't have the thing yet.
Okay, I like where this is going.
The article used this analogy. I loved it. Imagine holding a tiny seed. Yeah, you squeeze it tight, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Got to open your hand, let it hit the soil, get some sun.
Okay, I'm with you. So we're not pretending we don't want the thing. More like we loosen the grip on how it shows up.
Exactly. Trusting that the universe or whatever higher power vibes with you has a plan, even if we don't have the Google Maps route printout right now.
That makes a lot of sense. But like, for real, how do we do that? Saying let go is one thing, but actually doing it when it matters most, how do I even start?
$1 million question.
Look at that.
And guess what? The article has some seriously practical tips. One that jumped out at me. Mindfulness. You ever tried that?
I dabble, but always down to go deeper, especially if it connects to this whole letting go thing.
So think of mindfulness as becoming aware of where you're holding tension in your mind, your feelings, even your body, tied to the stuff you want.
Oh, I feel that already.
Right. Like let's say it's a career change.
Funny you mentioned that. You said you were feeling a bit stuck in that department yourself, remember, when you reached out for this deep dive?
Totally. So tell me, you finding yourself glued to job boards even though it stresses you out, hitting refresh on your inbox, waiting for that magic email.
Dude, you're reading my mind. That refresh button is my worst enemy.
There you go. That's your cue. That's where mindfulness comes in. Just notice how those actions make you feel good.
We're kind of panicky.
Definitely panicky more often than not.
It's not about pretending we don't feel that. It's noticing without judgment and then choosing to shift the energy. So instead of going down the rabbit hole of what ifs, mindfulness helps us gently steer away.
Yes. And that's where those other tools the article talks about, visualization, affirmations, they come in. But before we jump into those, how's this resonating so far? This whole fear to trust, lack to abundance thing, feeling doable?
It really does, yeah. It's like I'm seeing the whole thing differently now. Less about freaking out if it doesn't happen, more about, like you said, trust and being open.
There you go. And you know what ties into that beautifully? Divine timing, which the article mentions.
Okay, before we get too far, can we break that down? I hear it everywhere, but not sure I totally get it?
Yeah, it can sound kind of mystical for sure. Basically, it means there's a right time for everything, the stars aligning and all that, which may or may not be our own WN preferred timeline.
So even if it feels slow, trusting divine timing means things are happening as they should, even if I'm clueless right now.
You got it. It's like the ultimate surrender, letting go of trying to micromanage the universe and just going with the flow.
Which brings us back to those practical tips. You were about to say more about visualization and affirmations. How do those fit in?
They're like power tools, right? To shift that energy, get us in that trust and abundance zone. Visualization is huge when you do it right.
See, I've tried, but I get stuck on details. Like, picturing my dream house turns into me obsessing over the countertops? Defeats the purpose of letting go a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, classic trap.
Mm.
People want a perfect picture, then real life happens, which it always does, and they think they failed.
So not about planning every little thing, then.
Nope. Remember, we're loosening the control grip. Think of it more like feeling the essence of what you want, not dictating the specifics. So not the house itself, but what it represents. Peace, stability, that feeling of home.
So for my career thing, I shouldn't picture a specific office, but more like the feeling I hope that job will bring. Purpose, creativity, all that.
Exactly. Imagine you're already there. Feel those emotions. What's it like? Smiling. Lighter feeling. That's you matching your energy to the desire. That's what matters. You're making what the article called an energetic blueprint.
Okay, now that is clicking. But what about when visualization just feels like daydreaming, you know?
Affirmations to the rescue. They're like little reminders, bringing that energy blueprint to life throughout the day.
So even if my mind wanders, I can use affirmations to kind of snap back and reaffirm that trust in the process.
Exactly. And you can work them in anytime. The article said to use them like mantras, especially when those doubts start creeping in.
So, like, if I'm aiming for that career shift we've been talking about, I could try affirmations like, I'm totally capable of having a job I love, or the right job is coming, right time, right place, stuff like that.
You got it. And honestly, the more you say those, especially picturing what that career would feel like, the more it sinks into your system. You
Yeah.
know, like planting seeds, trusting they'll sprout when they're ready.
Man, this is really hitting home. I'm realizing letting go isn't a one and done thing, huh? It's like constantly shifting how we think, building that trust, and just kind of riding the wave.
You nailed it. It's a whole new way of being, yeah. Less fear-driven, more faith-driven. And that actually connects to something else cool from the article. Letting go and taking action, they're connected.
See, that's where I get tripped up. If I'm letting go, shouldn't I just be chilling, waiting for the universe to do its thing?
Ah, see, lots of people think that. But letting go isn't about checking out of life, right? It's
Yeah.
more like realizing we're part of the process, but we're acting from a place of, like, alignment, not forcing it.
So less OMG got to do something, more like my actions feel good and I trust that'll lead to the right thing.
100%. Like, with your career change, instead of blasting out your resume to every job board, even the ones that don't quite fit, take a sec. What matters to you in a job? What gets you excited?
So I got to be picky, but not from a place of scarcity, more like I'm worthy of a job that lights me up.
Yes. Maybe it's messaging that person you admire, asking about their work, taking a course to level up your skills, or even just jazzing up that resume. These are actions from a place of self-belief, not desperation.
It's a whole different vibe, right? Got to make something happen versus I'm taking steps and trusting the path will appear.
Exactly. You take those steps, then let go of the how and when. The universe is working its magic behind the scenes.
This has been amazing. We went way deeper than just let it go,
Mm.
really unpacked what it means.
For sure. Mindfulness to see our energy, visualization, and affirmations to shift it, then taking action that's aligned. And through it all, trust. Trust in ourselves, trust in how things work, trust in something bigger.
So for our listener ready to try this out, what's your final wisdom bomb?
If you remember nothing else, remember this. Letting go isn't about giving you pee on your dreams. It's about making room for them to happen in ways even cooler than you imagined.
Beautifully said. And I think that's our cue, folks. To our awesome listener, hope this deep dive gives you lots to think about as you let go and welcome in the good stuff. Until next time, keep shining bright.